everyone, hope you're doing well. My name is Saimah and welcome to Saimah's Experience. And today in this video, I am going to talk about a pretty controversial topic in the Turo space. Now, ever since I started doing Turo almost 7 years ago, there has been a lot of talk about whether or not you can actually finance and lease vehicles and then put them on the Turo platform, because in many traditional finance and lease vehicle contracts, there is a stipulation that you cannot use that vehicle for car or ride sharing purposes. So it's always been a topic of discussion. It's definitely been a gray area. There is definitely some risk associated with, and you always have to kind of evaluate that for yourself. However, today I come to you bearing some good news, and I definitely have to thank one of my community members over at powerhost.club for sharing this information with me, and I've been meaning to talk to you guys about this. It is super cool to see when things like Turo kind of become big and they become known in the car industry, and even things like Uber, how you see major brands adapt to the new way that people, sort of utilize their cars, right? So it's no longer just for personal use, especially people working from home are now listing their cars. And so BMW recently came out with a car or ride share specific lease, which is amazing to see that type of adaptation take place in the car industry. And I'm sure that many other brands are definitely going to follow suit. Now, I am going to post the details about this type of lease down in the description below, so you can definitely check that out. But let me just share with you guys exactly how it works. And I think that for many of you guys who were hesitant about joining Turo or getting a car for Turo purposes, but not really being comfortable with maybe the gray area of doing so, this is going to definitely give you that comfort level. BMWs are also notoriously known for doing well on the Turo platform, of course, dependent upon the market that you're in. But I've had BMWs for as long as I can possibly remember, and I still host them today on the platform, and they do great for me. But I do want to share with you guys just some of the stuff that BMW had posted on their website, because I think it's really interesting. So the first thing is, what is the BMW car and ride sharing lease? And they describe it as it's available exclusively through BMW Financial Services, so meaning you gotta be financed through them for your lease, and it gives you the flexibility to earn income by driving passengers or renting out your BMW through car and ride sharing services. Plus, it offers peace of mind knowing that your right to participate in car and ride sharing services is legally authorized by your lease contract. All other standard terms and conditions apply, as they would for a vehicle leased without the car and ride sharing option through BMW Financial. But of course, there has to be a catch, right? It's not just that all of a sudden, oh, they're okay with you doing it, and now it is legally okay when you sign on the dotted line. So there is, of course, something that they want out of it. So what is that thing? Now, if you read the fine print, they tell you, somebody asked, are there any additional costs for the BMW car and ride sharing lease? And lo and behold, there is. So depending on the model BMW that you get, there is an additional cost of anywhere between $2,100 to $3,700. And you can either pay that additional cost up front, or you can spread it out across your lease payments. So it seems like my takeaway for this is that they are obviously in the know that a lot of people are utilizing their vehicles either for ride sharing or car sharing, right? So that basically means something like Uber or something like Turo. And they want a piece of the pie, right? We are benefiting from this. We are utilizing their vehicles to then rent out and turn a profit, and they want a piece of the pie, is what my takeaway is. And I'm sure it's also to probably legally cover themselves, and probably there's some insurance benefits to it too. So what do I think about that additional fee? I think, you know what? It's actually not bad. if you can negotiate a great lease deal and you spread that out across your payments and the payment still makes sense, because remember, as I preach all the time in my past videos, it's always a mathematical equation based on what that car can potentially earn on the Turo marketplace. And at the end of the day, if the numbers make sense, then it's fine if you have to pay that fee, right? That just means that you're going to have to get a better deal on the car. But I just think overall, it's extremely cool that BMW has now adapted to this. And that just goes to show you, for anyone who has ever doubted ride sharing or car sharing and that type of business model, when major brands like that begin to adapt to that, that means it has really kind of planted its stake in the market, right? It is something that a lot of people are participating in, and obviously they can foresee that even more people will be getting into it. So, it's a good news for Turo hosts, for those of you that want to make sure that you're operating on the straight and narrow and that you're not in sort of this gray area and that you are not exposed to any unnecessary risk. You can now begin to look for leases like this that are okay with car sharing and ride sharing. Now, in terms of what I've heard of other places doing this, the only thing that I've seen kind of take place in the last few years is there are like dealer specific leases that are okay with this. So BMW is the first brand that I've seen where it's coming from the brand themselves. And so hopefully this continues to be the trend. I haven't heard of any other brand doing this. I have heard of just individual dealerships doing this in different states and stuff. But it seems like it's finally starting to kind of become the pattern, hopefully, and hopefully we see more of that. So definitely want to bring you guys this news because I know this is a major question that comes up all the time. I see it in my comment section all the time. And so now there are finally solutions to doing this in a very clear-cut and risk-free way if you are looking to lease cars, which is my favorite way of acquiring vehicles when I'm listing them on Turo. So hopefully you guys find this helpful. And as mentioned, I am going to post the link to this down in the description below. And if you want to learn more about Turo, check out my website, powerhost.club. Hopefully you guys find this helpful. I would highly recommend. It's only like 2 pages long. Read through the FAQ. It's extremely educational. And now you know what to look for when you are looking for other cars to list on Turo. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I would love to hear your feedback on this and what you guys think the future of leases is going to look like when it comes to ride sharing. And, are you excited for something like this? Does this make your plans for growth of your Turo business a little bit easier? Does it give you more confidence? I would love to know what you guys think. Thank you again for tuning in. And once again, if you like this channel, be sure to show your support and hit that subscribe button. My name is Saimah, and this is Saimah's Experience. I hope you guys all are safe and take care. Bye, guys.